Next on Worcester News Tonight, a Vigil brings a community together after a Paxton shelter loses more than 40 of its animals in a fire last night. Plus, what started as a routine traffic stop turns into evidence of an elaborate scam. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. A large crowd gathering tonight after dozens of animals were killed in a fire at the Paxton Animal Shelter. Our Brittany Schaefer has a report from tonight's Vigil.
It was an emotional night here at Sweetpea Animal Shelter where dozens gathered at a vigil after Sunday night's tragic fire.
Being a veterinary technician for 20 years, however, I knew it was going to be hard coming here and just actually seeing and smelling the fire. Makes it very hard to know how many lives were lost last night.
A Sweetpea volunteer read the names of all 39 cats and 14 dogs that were killed in the fire. Some of those gathered tonight had connections to the animals.
A girlfriend had a dog here that was being stay for adoption and considering on taking it back. Was going to get it this weekend, and we know what happened.
Marcy Fenning was among many people who donated today. One online fund has already collected more than $60,000, and more donations were made at the vigil.
We saw it on the news this morning, and we collected things, and we came up to help.
Many people came from across different towns and even states to donate dog food, beds, and collars. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Firefighters did all they could to save the animals inside the burning building, but most of those animals did not survive. Our Tim McCone has the story.
It's a devastating loss to Sweetpea.
The flag at Sweetpea Animal Shelter in Paxton flies at half-staff Monday. An overnight fire claimed the lives of 13 dogs and more than 20 cats.
We're all pet owners, so we kind of do that as an active scene, almost like you would for a child or anybody in a residence where you go in and rescue them, because you know they're in cages and they cannot move out, they cannot get out.
We had 5 dogs that made it. One died on the way to West Side about 2 o'clock this morning. We have 4 other dogs that are still alive. 3 are at West Side Animal Clinic, and the other one had to be transported to Tufts because she's got so much damage to the lungs.
The cause is under investigation, but firefighters say it was an accidental fire probably caused by an electrical issue or a heating unit.
It was very traumatic and emotional for our firefighters and the mutual aid firefighters that were assisting us with that.
Monday, many in the community are stopping by to give back to the shelter.
We've had an outpouring of donations from the public. It's been amazing. The people that have come to Sweetpea to offer from coffee and food to bedding and whatever they could to help.
Sweetpea has a complete list of items that they need on their Facebook page. Unfortunately, they say not everything can be replaced.
Everyone loves the animals. It's not, that's what we're all here for. That's the mission, is rescue, and we just love them, and they were our family.
The fire chief tells us that there were no sprinklers in the kennel or a fire alarm, and that the fire was likely going for close to an hour before they got a call. In the newsroom, Tim McCone, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester is receiving national recognition for restoring one of its neighborhoods. The Union Hill Neighborhood Revitalization Project has won the city a Community Development Achievement Award from the National Community Development Association. The $4 million project aims to improve public health, safety, housing, streets, and sidewalks in that area. It's one of 6 projects in New England being honored by the NCDA. 2 Worcester firefighters honored tonight at the Firefighter of the Year Award ceremony in Boston. Lieutenant Anne Marie Pickett and firefighter Jeffrey Spring received the Norman Knight Award for Excellence in Community Service. The 2 firefighters are part of the department's Community Risk Reduction and Public Education Division. They received recognition for their work with the department's SAFE program. The search for all the weapons stolen from the U.S. Army Reserve Center last week continues. 9 out of the 16 weapons have now been recovered. We don't know where these last 6 were found. Over the weekend, a homeless man found 3 of them at a Bronx park near Yankee Stadium in New York. The discovery comes days after a man was arrested in New York in connection with the theft. Police say James Morales, who you see right there on your screen, broke into the armory through a kitchen window and then used a power saw to cut a hole in the weapons vault. Blood sample at the armory was traced back to Morales. A routine traffic stop leads to a money scam arrest in Auburn over the weekend. Our Kayla Mamalak explains what police are calling a black money scam.
Auburn police say Bree McCormo had a warrant out for his arrest in Pennsylvania. What officers found in his car, glue, vitamin C, buckets of liquid, and stacks of black paper, led them to believe he was in the process of committing another crime.
They're used in a scam that's called the black money scam.
Detective Sergeant Scott Mills says in more than 22 years of service, he has never seen anything like this. Black money scammers target immigrants, particularly from Northern Africa. The victims are told the stacks of black paper are American money smuggled into the States. They're told the liquid will remove the black ink.
They show an actual $100 bill that has the covering on it. They wash it off for the person to show them, see, the stack of money that's wrapped in the plastic wrap is the same.
Mills says while it may appear this scam is hard to fall for, it's becoming an increasing issue in the Northeast. He says when it comes to promises of easy money, try to be a little cynical.
There is no easy money. There is no, there is no shortcut.
Now, Cormo was arraigned in Worcester District Court today on fugitive with justice charges. Police say they believe he was on his way to Springfield to try and complete the scam. In the studio, Kayla Mamalak, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester police respond to reports of gunshots Sunday night on Wall Street. When they arrived, police found a male victim suffering from wounds on his head. When he was treated at the hospital, doctors say the wounds were not from a gunshot. No word yet on what the injuries are actually from. Detectives believe the altercation may be drug-related. A push to strengthen Massachusetts seatbelt laws. Police officers and healthcare professionals are behind the bill they say will save lives in Massachusetts. Patricia Nicholas has a look at the seatbelt law.
More times than he would like, Dr. Michael Hirsch says he has to face parents whose children's lives could have been saved by buckling up.
95% of the patients that we take care of had injuries that were preventable with a little bit of foresight. And this is the easiest one, the click it thing. It just takes a second.
Dr. Hirsch is pushing to have Bradley's bill made into a law. It will allow police to pull over drivers who are not wearing a seatbelt. Drivers and passengers could face a $50 fine. Dr. Hirsch says the stronger enforcement will save lives.
We would increase utilization from what is estimated by the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration from about 78% to about 90%. And that 12% rise would save about 15 lives every year in the state and save over $6 million in health care costs.
A Boston Children's Hospital study found states with enforced seatbelt laws have a 17% lower rate of motor vehicle crash deaths than states that do not. Webster Police is one department that is backing the new law.
We've seen some very serious actions where seatbelts save people from serious injury and fatalities as well.
With the new bill, if you are stopped for a safety belt violation, it will not result in surcharges on your car insurance premiums. Also, it will not give police the right to search you, your car, or anyone else who may be in your vehicle. Dr. Hirsch says just a simple click can save your life. Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
Good safety reminder for those that will be on the road later this week. Well, just in time for the upcoming holiday, a food drive helps give Thanksgiving meals to those in need. Olivia Lemon has the details.
That's very nice, very blessing. It brings people together, bring families together.
Swidey Robles is thankful she'll be able to provide her family with the Thanksgiving dinner. The mother of two picked up a turkey at the Friendly House Monday.
They very helpful for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. I bring my son for Christmas and we have a lot of fun.
If we can save folks some money by providing them with the meal, then this will help out to pay a utility bill or add a little something to the rent.
Friendly House Executive Director Gordon Hargrove says the Sheriff's Food Drive collected 50 tons of food. It will help more than 2,000 families in Worcester County.
These are families that we see quite often. Their children may come here. Many are working, but because of income issues, a little help will go a long way.
I really find it most touching when families will say that they just love the idea. They appreciate the fact that they can have family over. They don't have to go somewhere else for the holiday, or they get to have a real quality meal.
Sheriff Lou Evangelitis says everyone should be able to provide a quality meal for their family on Thanksgiving. He hopes to make this happen.
Not everybody has the ability to invite their family over and provide that kind of quality meal. So this is really just about an American holiday and making sure that people during the holiday season, other people are thinking of them as well.
WPI fraternity Lambda Chi Alpha distributed close to 10,000 bags throughout Worcester and Shrewsbury to collect donations. The fraternity says many people donated both food and money to the drive.
It's super important to give back to the community. I think a lot of us are fortunate and often take it for granted, but coming here and actually helping out is very rewarding.
I want to say thank you to Friendly House and to other people that, you know, are involved in all these programs, because there's a lot of people that really need it.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
The New England Patriots look to stay undefeated tonight as they take on the Buffalo Bills at home. Fans who couldn't make it to Foxborough on this chilly Monday night headed inside to watch the game here in Worcester. We caught up with some fans watching the game at Wicked Wing Co. Tonight's game against a familiar opponent. Bills head coach Rex Ryan beat the Patriots in the playoffs when he was with the Jets a few years ago. But Patriots fans confident in their team and, of course, confident in their quarterback, Tom Brady.
Off of this game, and when we thought that we might not have him this season, he might be suspended, he's come out and he's had a chip on his shoulder. He's chucking the ball, and no matter who's injured, whether it's his offensive line, his wide receivers, he's getting it done.